What's going on, YouTube? How's everybody doing out there tonight? I don't know if I've got anybody watching just yet. There shows 3Bs was in here earlier. Probably got a lot of people over watching bingo right now. We got dinner going. We're making lasagna. Hey, Randy. Of course, it's going to be probably about another 30 minutes before lasagna's ready. Because it's according to directions, it says hour and a half. But okay, we got started on it too late. Oh, so I just shut everything down. We'll head over to Randy's. There's 3Bs. How you doing? I will say this. Yesterday, found something very interesting. I was, of course, out here in the garage. Hey, there's Cool Gamer. Yeah, you're not the only one hungry. I'm still got to wait a little while before dinner's ready. You are like 2 hours behind me. Out there in the Pacific time zone. But anyways, I'm just sitting out here on the computer watching YouTube because I had an itch and everything. So, this is where I had the carpal tunnel. As I'm scratching, I looked at something like, "Tell me what's that?" Like, that can't be. Pull that part of a stitch that they'd missed. Couldn't believe it. Actually found a stitch that was still left in. It was already cut and everything, so I just pulled it out. It's like, yep. I thought that was so funny. I showed it to Crystal, and she goes, "Wow." Versus, I got what, 9 more days before I go back for them to yeah. Hey, Robert, how you doing? No, well, Randy, they missed 3 of them right here that weren't even cut. This one down here was already cut. The piece just got left in somehow. So, but anyways, I do know that on the 20th, sorry, today, yeah. So, 9 days from now, whatever was that, next Thursday? Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. Probably next Wednesday. You got a the 1 or 115, something like that. You gotta go back in for them to do an X-ray on the hand to see how it's doing, and hopefully they'll not have to wear this and everything. Hopefully the fingers all healed up, the bone wise. And then we'll go from there. So whatever the 30th is. And then hopefully be able to go back to work soon. I'm trying to bring it up on my phone right now. I don't remember what day that is. So the 30th, okay, yeah, 30th is next Wednesday. Probably over at Bingo. I hadn't had a chance to send out invites. I do know that I've got a package coming in, supposed to be in today, or it'll be in tomorrow. I haven't checked to see where it's at, and I did order something else from Amazon. It'll be in tomorrow. I got me it's a data cable to go from the regular Type A to Type C, because I don't have that for the camera going to the computer. I can send him the link. I haven't done it yet because, like I say, he's probably over there at um, Bingo. Let's see. The one thing I was upset about was, Chris and I, we wound up going Friday to go see Kid 6. And what got me upset was the fact is I had everything set up on the camera. Chris got me another brand new SD card. Oh, Randy, I know you'll be happy. Got all the way out there, made sure I had it charged up, turned it on, started recording, did a complete interview and everything with all four of the guys, shut it off, went out, started recording again. Was like, oh crap, damn battery died. Didn't know, don't know why. Where we were sitting at, because yeah, bet you will, Randy. Where we were sitting up on the upper level, we couldn't take the food down there. I looked down, oh, there's an electrical outlet right here. I went out to the car, grabbed the cord and everything out of the car, and I had the cube and everything. Grabbed all that, came back, plugged in, hooked it up to the camera. Got it. Okay, fine. I got power. Started recording again. I forgot to turn the microphone on. Forgot to switch the damn microphone on, so there's no audio. I had all three videos uploaded, and then I went to check. No audio. I go, what the hell? Oh, crap. Look down. I didn't have the microphone turned on. It's like, okay, my mistake. I was so upset about that. Because usually, I don't have the microphone, the external one plugged into it, but I figure where I'm going to be at, use it. I forgot to turn it on. But I do have my, I was going to say, I do have the hot foam, or the styrofoam hot wire cutter all finished. Um, I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of an upgrade to it. Um, it seems that I think 5 amp is not quite powerful enough. I did look, and they do have one out there. It's a 10 amp. I may see about getting that. Ah, well, that means better internet, Randy. Randy, you want the link? All right, I sent you the link, Randy, if you want to get up here. All right. Robert, you want the link to get up here? I haven't had you up on panel before, Robert. Ah, okay. That explains it. Oh. No, like I said, with this thing here, all right, no problem. But I was gonna say with this, the foam, cutter and everything. Mind you, I'm trying to do everything 1.5 handed, so getting everything hooked up to it, and I literally was sitting there cutting the wire, getting it all measured, crimping the end connectors on, basically all one-handed. That was fun, me trying to strip the wire. I'd get the wire, in the stripper, and I'd sit there and wrap the other end of the wire around my hand and then pull. All right, that'll work, Randy. But no, and one thing I'm glad of is scrap wood, because when I was tightening putting the tension and everything on the wire, I noticed that the two uprights, they were wanting to bend in. So I went over to my scrap area while my cutoffs and everything. It's like, okay, I need something that's going to be about 16 inches long. Found that. Those two pieces were long enough. One's a little bit wider than the other. It's like, I don't care, just add stiffness. Got in there, got it nailed on there, put some actually glued it. And actually, before I did that, I marked where the end was, ran my glue and everything on the board, put it on there, held it with this hand, got in with the nail gun, got one nail in, and then put my clamp on the other side. That way I knew I kept it good and straight. Got another nail in, and then bam, 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 bam. Robert, that's the one that would constantly go out there and remote start his car uh, at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like you never knew. The guy would just go out there and randomly just start the car. It was like every day or every other day. It was probably driving Randy and everybody else nuts. All right, so every day. All right. Oh, I'll show you how easy this thing is. That fall down. So got that turned on. And this is all just some scrap wood. And it's the wire that's left over from me doing the wiring and everything out there in the other garage. So, I mean, the only thing I had to go and buy specifically for this was the power supply and the wire. That was it. Anything goes wrong with the wire, no problem, disconnect. I still got, what, 98 more feet? Something like that. That's going to take a few minutes for that to get hot. Oh boy, Carolina's live. She must have found something over there in Fort Worth area. Yeah, that, yeah, but your mom's car is not that loud. like you said, your neighbor's was. You know, he would just go out there and just start it and not even go anywhere with it. There's dancing. Um, it's still hurting some. Last night I had to take some more of the pain pills, but not the prescription. I was just taking some ibuprofen and some naproxen. True. I mean, I agree on that. I mean, right now, dancing, yeah, I mean, I've still got it like this. Um, yeah, I'm on the mend. Like I said, I'll know next Wednesday because they're going to be doing another X-ray of it to see how uh, the bone and everything is doing, see how it's healing up. That's a big thing, is seeing how the bone itself is healing. Of course, they are talking about having to go through therapy afterwards. Um, Depends upon what they want. As long as I've got majority of the hand, be able to get to work. Now, probably, first month or so back to work, I'll be doing everything left-handed. I won't be as fast as I normally, have been. Still be able to sit there and hold, maybe do a little bit with the nail gun. I don't know. I mean, as long as I can be able to pull the trigger with this finger, you know, hold and squeeze trigger like that, I'll be doing good. But yeah, it's probably going to be probably June or July before I'm, back to 100%. Oh, I didn't. Well, what'd you do to your knee? I didn't hear anything about that. I mean, I'd rather have my knee hurting and everything than the hand the way it is because it's very difficult to do stuff like this. You can't grip, hardly anything. Trust me, when you got your hand messed up, yeah, that's bad. I know what it's like because I've actually, this hand right here, I actually cut years ago. We're talking, what, almost 30 years? Now, about 30 years ago, now, actually cut right across here, cut the tendons on these two fingers here. I mean, I was literally only able to do that. But now, after the surgery, I've got movement, but I don't have full. I can't bring my hand down. That's as far as I can go. Whereas now with this one, it's hard to show it. Now, ow. Okay. What, you didn't go to the hospital to have them take a look at it? Or was you afraid that they might want to uh, shoot you because they can't fix your leg? Yeah, breaking their knee. All right, put him down. Let's see if that wire's got. It should be hot enough by now. Might be the switch. The switch itself might be bad. But I mean, hell, I've had this switch, the one I pulled out of an RV from years ago. Right. Yeah, it's just a switch. But as you can tell, it cuts it right, goes right on through. Yep. I may have to, like I said, get that other um, power supply to up the heat, because that's what's making the wire cut. As you can tell, not having a problem cutting. And I like the fact I can be able to do this to make this stuff a lot smaller without having to make a big mess. Which is the main reason why I made this. Am I in a hurry? No. You tell, I mean, it's cutting through it, not a problem. We'll put this all out in the trash for tomorrow. So I'll do more later. Thank you, Randy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's nothing, not that difficult to make. I mean, there's several videos out there on YouTube showing how to make one. I mean, all you do is you're converting from 110 down to 12 volt. Let me get over here to Scamazon, and where's the one? Oh, here's the one that I'm looking at. I may wind up getting for more power, having more power. And that's it. I mean, 16.55, take 10% off. So what, $1.65 off of that? So about $14. It's not that, like I said, it's not expensive. 10 amps, that's double what I've got now. And, it's like, I may want to get that, just do an upgrade. Let me go back and see which one it was I wanted having before. I don't remember. Yeah.
What did you mess up?
Oh, I didn't mess up anything.
Yet?
No. I was just looking at. I may wind up getting a different power supply for this foam cutter, Because the one I want to get, and I showed earlier, I know.
Yeah.
There it is.
Nice, Randy. Okay, the lasagna is cooling.
Hey, Sarah. Yeah,
Hi, Treadwell.
yep. So, I mean, like I said, there's the one that I do have. And like I said, it plugs in a regular outlet. I mean, I've got it onto an extension.
Sorry.
Right. And it's putting out 12 volt, 5 amps. Now, the nice thing I like about it is because you've got that little,
Hey, Rocky.
hey, there's Rocky. How you doing?
The hand's good. I haven't smashed it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't killed it. Though the owner of the hand, in other words,
Yeah.
he's skating on thin ice.
Yeah. Where is it?
Oh,
There it is. As you can tell right there in the picture, you've got the 2 little screws and everything. That way you can be able to put the hook the wire in there. That's all you're doing. You're hooking up your positive, negative. And it's like, okay, no big deal.
okay. I found your trash in here.
Like I said, that power supply there, it was only 5 amp, and the other one I'm looking at getting maybe is 10 amp.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
that can wait a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't go for a second donut because I didn't bring in the first one.
Yeah.
I'll slap his hand if he plays around with the tools again.
Oh, that's the only tool I have messed with that has a blade, was a little scroll saw. I was making sure to keep my hand away from the blade as it was going up and down, up and down, up and down.
Good.
Stop that. Those are contagious. You know that.
Yeah, I know. Your cat, she has been in there crying, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Robert. She'll sit there, look at me, meow 2 or 3 times, look around, take 2 or 3 steps, and do it again. And Scout just said, "I'm going to bed."
Yep. And the thing about it is now we can't go. We go to sleep and everything at night. Now we have
Guard kitty.
I got Scout next to me on the floor in her bed, Smudge at my feet.
Smudge takes up that corner. No, Randy. It depends on how fast it's going. If depending on the speed, it actually can bring your hand into it. Any saw, no matter what, if it's going fast enough, will actually bring stuff into it instead of kicking it out. A scroll saw is not as bad as a miter saw because it's a smaller blade, but
it can still do damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But with this one here, it's got the thing that comes down to hold the wood and everything. Because with the scroll saw, since you got the blade going up and down, you've got the little foot and everything that will actually sit there and hold the wood to keep it from wanting to go up.
And that's fine. That's fine, Randy. It's just something that if you're not used to using power tools, you do need to be aware of it.
Oh yeah.
And as far as I know, you don't have a bunch of power tools. So,
Yeah. But one thing that I was discussing with her the other day, I actually did some measurement out in the backyard, and I may wind up. I think I found the perfect area to build my new shed. Um, it fit perfect out there, and that way then I could actually take all the woodworking and move it over there, and it actually have more room, which would be a lot nicer. All right, you keep it going because that coffee I had earlier is going through me. I'll be right back.
okay, we only got 18 minutes till the lasagna is cool, which is sitting in an open oven. Yeah. He picked out dinner. 30 minutes later, he put it in the oven, and it's like, really? So we have lasagna in there. Now that is good. Having a foot pedal switch is really good. I don't normally see that unless it's on sewing machines. So now I have seen some saw like scroll saws or band saws where they have one continuous blade that they have it's called a kick pedal, and it's basically a barrel or a wheel that they kick, and that's what moves the blade. And if it snags on something, it stops. So obviously, you have to back it up and stuff. But these are ones that were ancient when they were invented. So, but I know here in a little bit, feed her, make him a bowl, and tell him to come get it because I'm not gonna play delivery driver.
Yeah.
Feed the dog till she's out. Rewater the dog because the cats have drank it, and then get me something.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy, I know what you're talking about. It's called a remote switch.
Pardon.
Yeah. Um.
But yeah, you're gonna help me when you get off your live tonight.
Okay.
And that means you actually have to come in after shutting everything down to help me get stuff done. Instead of I'll help you and then sit out there for an hour and a half or 2 hours. Which, by the way, that last flow to close, did you ever get it done?
I believe I've got it in the. I have to double. I think it's in the dryer.
Okay.
No, I got to put dry from washer to dryer and start the next load. All the basically the towels. Randy, what you're talking about is, you know, I mean, and these are not that expensive.
No.
That's what you're talking about. Is that right there?
Yeah, that's what my sewing machine is. Except I have another wire on it.
Yeah.
But that one, yeah, you can use that on anything.
Yeah. So basically, all you're doing is you've got the end, plug it in the wall, and you plug whatever tool you want into it. Step on the pedal there, it turns it on. As soon as you step off, it kills the power.
Yeah. It's
So,
just
yeah.
like instead of using the trigger switch, use your foot.
Yeah, I mean, and that is your trigger right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's basically the same thing like for a sewing machine.
Yep.
It's doing the same thing. Matter of fact, you probably could. I mean,
Nope. The end is different.
yeah,
Because
I know. But what I'm saying is you probably find an old sewing machine that's got the pedal and everything, and use that. I mean, all you got to do is put the female end on it. That's all you're doing.
and actually you can buy those.
Yeah,
You can buy a converter where
yeah,
you can plug it in and there's female in.
yeah.
But
Well, what I just showed is the same thing. Yeah,
well, what you have to have is the piece that connects into the sewing machine. You got to convert that to a plug,
yeah.
and they don't have. I haven't found that. I haven't heard of
I
that.
know. Hey, it's called wire cutters, and Home Depot, Lowe's, or even Amazon. Or there's
Hey,
Mr. Bill
Bill.
Cameron.
Yeah, it is a neat idea, but the way he's talking about playing Frankenstein with sewing machine parts and wires, and yeah, no,
It's no.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
I'm
Just
just
buy.
talking about the one wire. I'm talking about the wire that goes into the sewing machine itself.
Anyway,
Yep. Well, I was telling them earlier about the weird thing I found in my hand yesterday.
more thread,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
not
Bill.
the one I use.
Yeah, I actually found part of a stitch that got left in for the carpal tunnel surgery. Because I looked down over there, saw something black. Like, what's that? I went like this and I literally just pulled straight on out. Part of a stitch that got left in.
Yeah, it was no knot or anything on it,
Yep.
so
No, I did.
oh Lord, dang bug, he died.
Yeah. Well, there's several of them out here getting killed.
Mhm. Yeah, he had the carpal tunnel right here, which is like that,
Yeah.
and then that,
Yeah.
which they put my net out
And I also had this down here.
on the belly.
Yeah.
The way you did that, people think it's lower.
No,
if they don't know you.
no, it is that.
Hmm.
All right. Well, now, Bill, was that one that came from, I guess, what, Teespring?
You ain't the only one, Bill.
Hey, I'm not falling apart. I'm just slicing and dicing the wrong way. Actually, this
Yes.
was getting slicing. Right. Now up like this, unfortunately, Teespring, I'm done away with. I'm no longer going to be associated with them because they didn't even want to send me my cup.
No, you would have to order it.
Yeah, or for me, I actually ordered it, but it was going to take what?
I got you, Bill.
Oh yeah. All right,
Yeah,
that'll work.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Randy was saying that his neighbor out 2 days.
That what?
The neighbor that was causing all the problem with starting the car all the time,
Yeah.
moving out in 2 days.
Mm, wish you luck. Have fun. That's exactly what I'd be telling him.
But no, Bill, they were just taking forever to get it to me, and it's like my own channel was like, really? And they were saying they had problems. I'm going,
Yeah, they had problems back in January, and you ordered in March. So,
No, I didn't order it in March. I ordered it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
it was going to take like 2 months to get it. I'm going, nah.
yeah. Ooh, nice. Honestly, I am very tempted to make a just cut a plastic template and permanent marker it on a cup.
Well, it's either that or I just take that design over to the sign shop over here and have them just start. Um, they can very easily just cut it out. Um,
Yeah.
you ordered it about almost right after I placed my order.
Come on in, Robert. By the time you get here, it'll be nice and cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if there's any leftovers. But now I could go over to my sign shop and just have them do a vinyl cutout, and all I got to do is stick the vinyl and everything onto my own cup.
and it's just a white. You get a plain white or beige cup, whatever color you want, and a permanent marker, and you.
No, I'm talking about the vinyl just goes on. Don't even.
Oh,
I'm talking about where you stick the whole vinyl on there.
oh, in that case, we need to go to Hobby Lobby. They got a mug press.
Yeah.
You put the vinyl on there. You put the vinyl in. You put the cup in, and it clamps down and heats it on there. But if
Yeah.
you do the permanent marker, you put it in at 200, I think, for like 20 or 30 minutes in the oven. Good to go.
Yeah. Well, like I said, for me, that's why I'm wanting to try and get with Tony's Hot Rod because he's got was it Gunslinger Graphics,
Yeah.
and not only he'll be doing the cuts, but he's also doing T-shirts, and it's like have him make them.
Yeah. Yeah. Bill, that's the sear cut or cricket.
Yeah.
It's part of that line. If you're anybody you know that is into crafting that likes doing like designs on shirts,
Yeah. Hey, barbecue.
hey barbecue, then they can get a cricket and they can make the designs, print them, everything.
Yep.
And then this cup, the cup press, I think that's the name of it. You just put the paper in there, and then you put the cup in, hit a button, and it does everything.
Yep.
You can get them at Hobby Lobby, but I have no idea. You can also, I know you can get the full Cricut line at Michael's because they're the ones who first started carrying it. I think Hobby Lobby carries it, but I'm not sure. Okay. Yay! No. Hi. Okay. Yeah. Mm, always come through the yeah. Always come through the weekly ad that Hobby Lobby has. Michael's to me, their ad is confusing, but Hobby Lobby, you may be able to get something off on that on the Cricut stuff. Because I know every other week they have yarn and then they have fabric. Yes, pumpkin. I have a blonde.
Ah.
Hi. All right. Well, it's time for me to take care of business anyway. So I'm going to stop everything and I'll set your bowl up here in a minute.
Okay.
I got to feed her first.
Okay.
They are a great company, but there is a lot of controversy around them. So I don't blame people for not supporting them, but I like their products. I go for the products, not the people. All right. I'll be back.
All right. I'm over here looking on Amazon. I mean, they've got one here, U.S. cutter, 14 inch. It's like $300. So I guess you come up with your own design and have it cut out on for that. Speaking of which, I still haven't gotten an email on something else I ordered as far as when it's going to be showing up. That was ordered earlier this month. Yeah, it was ordered like 19 days ago. Ordered something 19 days ago, and they still haven't shipped it. The bad part is I go on and they've actually, well, okay, now they've actually come down on the price and everything. Oh, yeah, now they're saying they got 8 of them in stock. As soon as I can get it delivered, it's 26 on next Saturday, this coming Saturday. Yeah, that's true, Bill. So the only thing is that what I wound up ordering actually got it cheaper than what they've got it for right now on Amazon. And there's no way I'm going to want to. All right, I'm going to say there's no way I'm going to uh, do a refund because I got it cheaper. I forgot to share out my stream. I got to share it out for Facebook. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of, a lot of things you can get up there on Amazon. Um, for cutting vinyl and stuff like that. Like she's saying, Cricut and well, I try to share it. Of course, I got the thing going across there. Hit the thumbs up and share it out. And y'all are supposed to be sharing this out, not just me. I mean, hell, I got to do everything backstage. Y'all are in front. Y'all are supposed to be sharing this out. Of course, you're also supposed to be lurking while you're cooking up there north of the border. That is, if for crazy Canadians still doing that. Okay, we'll shut everything down and we'll head over to Bill's house out there in the Shake and Bake State. Leave Sonny alone. Yeah, but Bill, you've got, co-pilot when you're doing your live streams. I mean, my co-pilot, she's taking care of dinner and everything right now. Oh, Bill, did you see me demonstrating the foam hot wire cutter? She's bashful. But I will say this: I did, like I said, I did order something today from Amazon. It'll be in tomorrow, and all it is it's a data cable. That way to transfer from the camera down to the computer. It's all finished right now, Bill. I've actually got it where it's operational. I do another demonstration. I mean, all this is being cut right now. But all I'm doing is I'm just taking it's a 12 volt, it's a 110 to 12 volt uh, converter, 5 amps. And the only thing I bought the wire and bought the power supply. That's it. Everything else I already had. All the wood, actually used this, which was for, I was going to have this for one of the diesel heaters. The switch right here, that's a little 12 volt switch I pulled out of an RV 30 years ago. But you can tell it don't take that long to heat the wire up. Yeah, it's already no problem cutting it. And this is some of the styrofoam I got, I don't know what box it was from Amazon. Yep. First I got debris and everything, some leaves, stuff like that. That's why that one area didn't want to cut through it.
Oh, Randy can see the wire glowing.
Oh, can he?
Yeah. I'm not paying that much attention, so okay.
I can't because, I guess so much light on. I can turn my lights off and see what it looks like. We'll turn this other one off. I don't see it glowing.
Hmm. Oh, he said it's barely.
Yeah, it might be.
He can just see better than we can.
Well, I don't have my glasses on. That's probably why.
While you're up, why don't you come inside, get your food off your lunchbox by the microwave?
Hey, I will after my cigarette.
That can wait a minute.
No, because I just lit it.
It won't burn out.
Yeah, it will. So, leaves off there. But yeah, like I said, it's
Exactly, Bill. The sticky floaters when you're using like a saw or knife or even scissors.
like I said, yeah, that's gonna make it a lot easier because now everything that all this foam is now getting, I can make it into something a lot smaller.
Yeah, the fun part is he can't put anything out, any of the styrofoam out until Thursday.
Oh, I can still put some of it out there. Still some
No, because we have the rest of the trash to go in.
That one box that you put in there, it can be made smaller. It broke down.
No, it can't.
Why?
It is full. honey, the boxes that I am putting out in the trash can are stuffed full of stuff.
All right.
Because they're the ones coming off the front porch that Peggy had fun with. Oh, nice.
Well, I mean, I can still, some of this I can put in there.
2 Walmart bags worth. That's about it.
Oh, cut these down small enough, they'll go in.
Yeah, Randy, what kind of soundbar and stuff did you get? Because I honestly have only watched about maybe 30 minutes of nice, Sarah, nice. Maybe 45 minutes of YouTube today. And that's me actually paying attention to it. Now, I've had it running so that I could have noise while I'm making roses. Because I've got to get ONN 20-inch light-up soundbar. Nice. Just make sure it stays one color. Because you don't want it, because a gradual shift may trigger your seizures, but a quick shift like that will definitely trigger. And so double check on that.
Randy, no. I didn't know you had a video out.
Honey, we're right here now.
I know, but I saw that, he was asking to see the video on his channel.
Yeah. Okay. Because I just don't want you to get triggered and get hurt. That's my thing. I don't want you getting hurt.
All right. So, what do you think of the foam cutter? It's working. I mean, for less than $20 to make that, the stuff smaller.
You asked me that right after I took a bite.
I was asking you before you even took a bite.
Oh, nice. Yes, I've seen those. They're really cool.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah, because beforehand, I was taking like a knife or something like that, try and cut it, and you get those little bitty beads that pop off, and you got stuff going everywhere. Doing it like this, it's all
that's
clean.
what he was talking about, the staticky clingers.
Yeah.
Floaters.
Yeah. Like I said, less than $20 what it cost me to buy everything to make it. All right, I'm going anywhere and get my food. So I'll be right back.
Yeah. He's literally going to go right by here, grab bowl, go right back. Only thing he's going to have to do is watch out for the cat. Very nice, Randy. Yeah, they're getting to where that's more common than anything. And, I mean, that foam cutter that he did, that's worth it. Yeah, Mater's in the house. He'll have to catch him in a minute.
All right, let me take a look.
Oh, man. My friend that's up in Washington, he has said that the Pope passed away.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he's seeing a lot of haters out there right now because of that.
Yeah, well, there's what Sarah wound up getting done.
Yeah, that is her 50 coasters.
Yep. Let's see.
And the garlands. Yep, those are cute.
Yep. Nice, Sarah.
I'm working on roses. They look they look like her garlands, only curly.
Ah.
Honestly, Randy, you don't need a big one. You're welcome, Sarah. Just a small one, just big enough for your room or the living room is all you need.
Yep.
Mater wants one that'll go for the whole house, and I'm like, no.
No. I'll make one out of some Christmas lights that go up on the roof.
Lord help me.
Well, how many times have you seen the videos out there where, hey, never bored,
I never would.
where people have got their Christmas lights and everything up, and they've got them doing
Yeah,
stuff with music. I can
and
always do that.
that's fine. That's all well and good. My thing is getting them on the roof.
Yeah. Like I said, um, for me, getting up there on the roof's no big deal. Making sure I don't fall off the roof, that's the big deal.
Yeah, I'm going to be standing at the bottom of the ladder so I can call the ambulance.
Yeah. No, you're supposed to be standing there, down there, to make sure if I do fall, you catch me.
And you so full of it, your eyes are brown.
No, they're green.
Yeah. Randy, I don't know because that's a heart brand, and we don't. The only one we have is mine. This is the only heart we have, and I use this on my knitting machines.
Or use my the old cobalt.
Yeah, well, it's sitting back here.
Yeah.
Neverboard, I don't have that big an insurance policy on him.
No. What about if I want to land left? Maybe I don't want to land right. Maybe I want to land left.
Well, considering you've left what little is of your mind, yeah.
I got a mind. That's a strange figment of my imagination.
So are you at Arkham Asylum?
Maybe. I can already tell there's one problem with this lasagna.
Talladega? Uh, you forgot to add pepper to it?
Nope.
What?
You didn't give me enough.
Well, you can get more in a minute.
Yeah. Now, if I go in there and I see an orange cat, I know for a fact we're gonna have problems.
That's one option.
Hey, Randy, you have a good night.
Night, Randy.
Yeah, I haven't been watching or keeping up with NASCAR in a long time, but I might start in a year or two with what video I saw on YouTube yesterday. Seems that Mopar might be coming back to NASCAR.
Okay. Why did they leave?
Basically because of the funding and yes, Robert. Yeah, it's bingo night. It's Monday. But the R&D that they had to go through, concerning the fact that they've been out, NASCAR for I think it was like 25, 26 years.
Something like that.
So you had all that time where General Motors and Ford had stayed in it, and they kept, developing their engines and everything, and finally Chrysler said, "Hey, we'll get back in." No, Chevy did not. Dodge was not running a General Motors POS. They were running the Hemi. But the fact is, they did not have enough time for
R&D budget.
Right. And they couldn't. Unfortunately, there was not enough teams out there to support them. No, it's a fact. It wasn't because of what Petty was doing. It's because everybody's got complaining about them getting beaten by the 426 Hemi, that big elephant engine.
Mm-hmm.
So, what everybody do? Chevy and Ford kept complaining because they were getting their butts kicked almost every single weekend. And so NASCAR decided, okay, fine, we'll just all the Hemi.
Yeah, we're going to put sanctions on it.
Yeah, it's like, nope, you can't run the Hemi. Then NASCAR decided to, they decided, oh, well, we're going to put a limit on cubic inches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like back in I think it was the 40s or 50s. There was a car made called the Tucker. It was the first vehicle with a reverse gear.
Now, it wasn't reverse. The engine was in the back, but that was not the first one.
No, it was the only one with a patented reverse gear.
No.
Yeah, that's how come GM, Ford, and Chrysler sued them.
No, concerning the fact Volkswagen had reverse gear back in the
the first U.S. made car.
No, all of them had it. Hell, even
honey,
the Model T had reverse.
Anyway, the Tucker got sued, and it came to court before he could finish even one car off his production line.
That was brought by the U.S. government. It was not brought by other car manufacturers. It was actually brought by.
Okay.
Now I know the story on Tucker, and he was actually using a helicopter engine that was actually in the back.
Okay.
No, what you're saying is not true. No, it's not.
Send me that email that Bill just sent you.
I don't have anything yet. Let me refresh it. Oh, there it is. Okay, the Vevor heat press 5-inch or 5-in-1. All right. Yeah, well, Bill, I've been doing the automotive stuff a lot longer than her. 15 by 5. Well, it shows something else.
Yeah, we can't help that you're an old man.
Okay, so it's actually I can do it like this. So that's what it is. That's what he sent me or sent. So it's a
Okay.
5-in-1 15 by 5.
Okay. All that is when you get the graphic, whatever you want to put on it, you put the t-shirt down. It's going to go over a plate, and then you put the graphic on top of it with a piece of paper to seal it so it doesn't stick. And then you're going to shut it, and it's going to press it down and heat seal it into your shirt. That's
Yep.
what that is.
Yep.
The Cricut actually does the cutting for your graphics. And I think they do have some stuff like that too. But I didn't get into that. My cousin did. She did some shirts, and I know she had some vinyl. But her son, who is now 7, almost 8, yeah, he'll be 8 end of the year. He decided one day to go play in mommy's supply closet.
Ah.
The vinyl went all over the floor.
Ooh. Bill, you're not that much older than me.
Okay.
All right.
So you just have to make the lettering, the graphics.
Yep.
Yeah, he was 2. And it was a shutter door, so they opened like this. The doors went from this to this, and ooh, pretty purple. And he would pull it, and he would go, and then he'd come back for the red and the yellow, and the. She found him about 20 minutes later with half the vinyl. She took a picture of it. I'm like, yeah, but you can't get mad at him because he's just too cute. And she was just like, nope, that's my fault for not locking the door.
Yep.
So, yeah. But it's all, she got it fixed, did whatever. Yeah, every day I wake up, I'm older.
You might be older mentally.
Oh, I'm older physically, too.
Oh.
Then I have to deal with you.
Physically, I might be older, but mentally, I still haven't grown up. And I refuse to grow up.
Yeah, well, you can't be a Toys R Us kid anymore. There's no Toys R Us.
Actually, no, they're actually making a comeback.
No, you're not, Bill. I know you're not.
And that's something that they were talking about is, yeah, Toys R Us is actually starting to make a comeback. And some of them are, I forget what stores are actually in right now in malls.
Huh?
Okay. Yep, see? Told you. They're still around. They are making a comeback.
Okay, well, that's news to me.
Red Lobster, I think, is even coming back.
Oof. Oh, Lord, no. No. Please tell me it was AI generated, not somebody actually did that. Ew.
Oh, Sarah, here's something that I told Crystal about. I know you're going to get a laugh out of it. It's called Moo Moo Muffs. Someone is actually crocheting earmuffs for cattle and horses.
Yeah.
They're crocheting them.
Well, Bill, there goes your money.
Yep.
You got grandkid on the way. There goes the money.
Yep.
uh,
Um, that was okay. The talking about the one I wound up doing, or about why Amazon was rejecting my reviews. No, that was actually videos that I recorded about the stuff. Nor did I put it on the channel, but I used the same video for reviews on Amazon.
yeah.
For some reason, these last three, I wound up doing same thing I've done before. They said does not meet our community guideline.
Yeah, and I put up a negative post on Amazon.
Yeah.
I got some red heart yarn, which yeah, you can see it in my background. I'm gonna get out of the way because I'm going the wrong way. It's right here. See some of the red heart yarn I got, and I was in here asleep. My mater was out there farting around in the garage, and
I did not have a case of gas.
yeah, you did.
No, I didn't, because you didn't hear it, and I didn't either. And I didn't
Anyway,
smell it. The garage
but
didn't blow up either.
I'm asleep. I told him I had it coming, and they delivered it around 1:30. No notifications. My phone never went off, and I had my notifications turned up. There was nothing to indicate except that it said it was due today. We didn't find out till 7 o'clock when he went to go lock up the front of the house. It was like, "Hey, you got a box out here? What?"
Yeah. Speaking of which, supposed to be having a package delivered from Finger Hut.
Well, if it's Thursday, you're SOL.
Uh,
I ain't getting it.
no, it's supposed to be today.
Mm, who's it running through?
No, I think FedEx.
Oh, good Lord, Sarah. I am so sorry for them. I know I have a blanket I have to weave in the ends because one of the ladies from my group she's on number two. Actually, she's on number four. She lost two and three. And I told her, I said, I've got this, it's a stroller size blanket. That's the only amount of yarn I had. Do you want it? She goes, okay. Yeah, no. I'm not going to ask for I don't even want to see where to go to get that pattern. Because no. That is just no. No. Yeah, your poor eyeballs. Mine, I would run screaming.
Yeah, it's coming from FedEx.
Okay. Have they said anything?
It was in Hutchins yesterday.
Okay. Pull it up. So it was in Hutchins yesterday. Did they
Yep,
say it was out for delivery today?
supposed to be.
Does it give you a time?
Nope.
Hmm. Okay.
All I know is on the way, on the way, on the way. Twice
Hutchins.
on the way Saturday in Hutchins, and then on the way, and then arrived at FedEx location yesterday.
Yeah. That's that's standard.
But it, um, let's see, Wednesday it arrived in Lanson, South Carolina. Then it left Lanson. Then it got to Pooler, Georgia. Then
Sorry,
it left. Then it got to Vicksburg, Mississippi. Then it got into Hutchins.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I know. That's all it's saying.
Okay. Oh. Mm. Yeah. Sarah, seeing a troll, no. I have a pattern that has a lot of that detailing around the eyes. I have not attempted it yet. I do plan on attempting it. Um, I just need to get the right color yarn for what I'm going to do with the pattern because it's supposed to be brown, but I'm going to change it up.
No.
Oh.
But no, they're bored. No, it's just fact is, like I said, they want telling me that oh, it didn't meet community guidelines. Like I said, it was the same video. I mean, I've got videos and reviews out there on Amazon, not a problem. But all of a sudden, it's like this, like
This is the problem.
yeah, it's like, and they three of them.
Yeah. What do you want to bet? Somebody said that your review was not helpful, so now Amazon's algorithm is saying, we might need to look at this.
No, well, I figured it would be helpful, but oh well.
Yeah, but if they say it's not, if somebody says it's not helpful, then your review gets dropped to the bottom of the list
No,
and not it's not as seen.
well, then that just means I won't be doing reviews
Yeah,
posting to
no.
Amazon. I'll just do reviews on the channel. I'll put the video out there, review and everything on the channel by itself.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't know. That's why I was going. What am I doing wrong? What is it that Amazon doesn't like?
Yeah. And of course they don't tell you.
Nope. And if I go in, if I click on it, um,
It just shows you the guidelines. It doesn't say anything else.
right. Oh, it says, please edit and resubmit your review. Before you do, make sure it meets all of our guidelines. I mean, like on that combiner box, I said, the title was best choice for price and design. Gave it 5 stars. And descriptions for having multiple solar panels. This makes it easy to connect them all together. I like the fact of it having separate breakers for each panel instead of a fuse. And everything. Which, I like that. Because a lot of the other combiner boxes, you got a fuse. Or the way they make them is different than what I like.
Yeah.
Let me bring up a combiner box. And I mean, this is, oh, I need to put that in. Put it as a 6-string, not just a 4. Because most of them are all 4-string and everything. I mean, there's some on here you can't see how they're made. Oh, here, let's see. Let me look at this one. All right, this one here, I don't like the way they've got the design on it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right. Now this one here, and Nairboard, he probably, he might agree with me. This is not that good of a design. Okay. I mean, it's $85, yeah. So you got one. So you can hook up 6, um, you know, panels to it. Okay. But the reason I'm saying I don't like it is, yeah, you got the bus bar down there. It looks like for your negative, but all your positives, as you can tell, they go into, each separate breaker, but you've got, they're combined all together and go into your other breaker down here on the end. So what I'm saying is, this is going to be, should be your ground. This should be ground. So it's coming off and then coming up on this side of your breaker. But the way they've got it is, you can see how you've got each positive coming in, but you got this strip right here that's connecting all of them together, that's going in right here to your positive on your breaker. And then coming off of that into, I believe that's a ground fault interrupt. I don't like that design. And everything. So let me get over here and bring up the other one. I'll show you what I'm talking about, why I like the other one better. Because this one here is very similar to what I bought. Get the picture to stay up.
Nope.
Yeah, I know. It's that one. That right there is very similar to what I have. Okay.
I thought it was what you had.
No, this one's a little. It's very similar. I mean, same design and everything, but not the same. Um, but as you can tell, you've got your positive wire from each MC4 connector coming into the breaker. Now this is probably a fuse, that's a fuse, not an actual breaker. But each one goes to its own bus bar, okay? And then from that bus bar, it's going over to your ground fault interrupt, and then over to your main breakers. So this week going into. I mean, as you can tell, you got your ground wires all coming in the same way. But you've got a ground bar here that you can ground it, and I mean, I guess that's that's going to be for your ground wire. And then of course you got your other for your MC4 or MC4 actually going into the building. But I do like the fact that they actually have a ground wire going to the box itself. But this design here, that's very similar to what I've got. So, I mean, let me go over here and see if I can find the one that, it should show the one that I wound up buying. Yeah.
Yeah, you go into your orders.
No, all I had to do was go in and keep scrolling. It showed the one that I purchased. Yeah. See, now this has got the breakers, as you can tell, not fuses, but this is the one that I wound up buying. And as you can tell, you've got, I mean, they actually have it color coded, not just red wire all, they got red and blue, whereas the other one had red and black. But it's going into, each one is a breaker, which makes it a lot easier to get power off. So say you've got to work on a panel, okay? Instead of coming over and you got to pull the thing down and pull the fuse out, just flip the breaker. And say you got a problem with the breaker, okay, turn it off, unscrew the wire, and hey, Woody, how you doing?
Hi, Woody.
And you can buy those breakers separate. So that's one thing I like. You can actually buy these breakers. You got one that's gone bad, no problem. You can go buy another one. But that's the design. That's the one I want to get it. Now, like I said, got your positive, over here, negative here. Makes it a lot easier.
All right, I'm going to bounce, babe, because I need to get stuff cleaned up, and I got to get stuff ready for trash. So that's fun. Shoot me. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm the one that has to deal with it for the next few weeks.
About 3 more is all.
Try 4 or 5, because even though you're going to be released, you're not going to be lifting that much.
Well, once I'm released, after in May, everything will be healed up. Where then I don't have to worry about being limited on what I can pick up.
Yes, but if you go from lifting 1 gallon to 30 pounds,
I know.
That's what you're wanting to do, honey. You can't go from 8 to 10 pounds to 30 to 50 like that.
I know. Well,
all right. Bye.
Build it up. Night. But yeah, Bill, for me, it's like, I like using, I prefer the breakers over the fuse, because there, if you got a fuse is blown, okay, you're going to have to go, it's a lot easier to tell which breaker is tripped because you can see the lever down. Whereas, okay, which fuse is blown? It's like, and I mean, like I said, I want doing that review on, these little lighters, okay, refillable. 4 of them, not a problem. One of them, which, it's this one. Dropped it. Oh. This one here, there's a crack or whatever, defect in the bottom of it, that it's letting the butane leak out. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you got a breaker that's tripping all the time, that means you've got either a bad breaker or you've got some other kind of electrical problem. And if it's just, all of a sudden wanting to trip, okay, that means you might have, something's, grounding out. Right now I've got 6. And I'm looking at definitely going more. Right now I've got 4 batteries hooked up, and I've got 2 more inside the house, but those I can't do anything with for at least about another 3 weeks. So I will be having 6, and then they're going to be in parallel. I mean, everything's going to be in parallel. So I'm running everything 12 volt. I'm not going to be going 24 volt just yet. The panels, right now they're all set up in parallel, not in series. I've heard people having problems if you hook up your solar panels in series. I mean, yeah, your voltage goes up, but your amperage stays the same. Whereas parallel, your voltage stays the same, but your amperage goes up. And right now, with the 6 panels I've got, I think it's about 32, 33 amps, something like that, is what it's able to produce. And of course, it doesn't do that because I'm not pulling that much power all the time. Of course, I'm not out there in the other garage. All right. Have a good night, Sarah. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I am a silly man. Yeah, I know. Get that fixed. There. All right, Robert. That's no big deal. But one thing I'm thinking about over there in the other garage is maybe get a second setup for the other side. Make it a lot easier for some of the other toys, especially one toy that I've got ordered from Amazon that should have already been here. It's only 19 days. They still haven't shipped it yet, but that will have to go there. But it's also the fact that it's getting there. Woody, I'll know more next week because next Wednesday I've got to go back to the doctor for them to do an update on it and see how the bone's healing. So it's all going to determine how, what the doctor has to say next Wednesday. But what I'm hoping to do is sometime this summer start clearing out one section there in the backyard and start clearing out some of the lumber I've got there in the garage over there. Start using it to start building the base and everything I need, or the floor for a bigger workshop, or another one. It's bigger than this in a way or not. I don't know. Because right now what I'm thinking about doing is a 16 by, I think 16 by 32. I may go 16 by 24. Maybe 16 by 28. I haven't figured that out yet. But definitely go 16 by whatever, and I've already got the area. Okay. Well, hopefully they give you good news on that, Woody. But yeah, like I said, for that right there, like I said, I already got one area picked out in the backyard. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Hit the desk. Um, no, I don't have enough power going to it for doing that. I mean, give me I'd have to have a uh, much more powerful inverter. Well, good, Bill. That means it won't be that much longer. You'll be able to start playing football. Or start being able to throw them 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. Um, no, I haven't. Because for a fact, that's way on the other side. That's what, 2 counties north of me? Yeah, Bill's going to be throwing them Hail Mary passes. All from the 1 yard line. You know, I can see Woody out there putting that one hand out going, I got it. Okay, touchdown. Yeah. Yeah, but if they have it for the old people, Bill, it's like all you gotta do is take your dentures and everything out, just toss at them, and go, bam. So, okay, knockout. Yeah, Woody. The only, like I said, the only problem is that's all. You know, Allen. That's see, I'm down here in Ellis County, so I'd have to go through Dallas, then up to what? What was that? That's not Denton. What is that county up there in North, where Plano and there? I don't remember what that county is up there, but I know it's not Dallas County. But now I've got the lumber there in the other garage. That I mean, I got 2x6s or 16 foot, no problem. And I got a whole bunch of 2x4s out there also. I'm stocked up on lumber before lumber went way up. Now the only thing is, if I do it, you know, the 16 by say 16 by 24, then okay. Well, Woody, the only problem is right now I've only got my car. That 6 foot is about the longest I can haul anything in, unless I rent one of the trucks, say from Home Depot or Lowe's, and use that to transport materials. So it's difficult for me to be able to transport anything. I mean, I'd have to have a full sheet of plywood cut down to be able to load it in the car. And then I'm only going to be getting about 4 or 5, maybe 5 full, 5 sheets worth, and that's it. That little caliber ain't going to hold that much. If I do it right, and especially once I get back to work, I'll be able to get all the decking and siding and stuff like that I need from work for free. Because we use a whole, what we use is 5/8 plywood. I'll also see about getting the half-inch stuff too, but more the it's easier to get the 5/8. But now one thing I can do as far as the other, workshop and everything. If I get building it, I said if I could do it 12 by 24. I'm trying to do everything that way. It's based on full sheets of plywood, so I have to cut everything down. Because right now, if I don't want to get the permit for a bigger one, I'm able to build a 10 by 12. Well, look who decided to finally show up. Robert was asking about where you were hiding at. Robert, all it is I just got to send you the link. And you just click on it, and it'll put you in the basement, just like what Arnie did. I sent him the link. He clicked on it, so I saw, oh, there he is. Bring him up on panel.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Of course, it didn't show me right away because they had the other tab open with the camera linked on it yet. So I had to close that tab out.
Well, that's not bad, Woody. Well, I've been seeing some things on Marketplace. No, he got several of them cut. But no, I'm saying, like I said, I've been seeing buildings like that already built and everything, where I can have it delivered for about 3,000 or 4,000 and a lot closer. Not exactly. I'm looking right now and I don't see anything right now. You probably scroll through and find something. But one of the biggest problems that I've got is it's the money, which is something I don't have. So I got to be able to get back to work and everything first.
Hi, everyone.
Like I say, get back to work, start having the money start coming in so I can get my bills caught up and everything. And then see about getting something done. But the nice thing about with what I've got is I've already got the material. It's just getting out there and getting it all done. Now, of course, one of the things that I looked at, a lot of these, like the buildings you get from Home Depot or Lowe's, the one thing I don't like is the fact that I don't like the way they build them. And they're using OSB. I don't like OSB. I'd rather have good, I'll take plywood over OSB.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Bill, I've still got a few years before I can retire. But now, like I said, I've got to get my hand back and everything so I can get back to work, start getting the money coming in, get caught up on the bills and get them all paid off. I've actually been using my credit cards for about a couple of weeks now to be able to get stuff since bank account's getting low. It's only getting low because I ain't got no money coming in. Yeah. Well, Woody, it's also the fact is you can, it's a quality of how it's getting built compared to what someone else is going to build. I mean, if you look at the quality of how they build some of those, like I said, at Home Depot and Lowe's, I don't like it where they're just using those, they're not, they really don't build them all that great. Yeah, I am, Bill. I say it probably won't be till June, maybe July before it's back to normal, if it is that much. But I know the way the doctor was saying, y'all have to be going in for therapy, which is going to be probably because of the that tendon that got cut. So how was bingo tonight, Arnie?
It was okay. I didn't win tonight though.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So yeah, everybody's probably over there watching bingo. Yeah, the only problem is my neighbor don't do that. And I've only got one neighbor.
And I have a quick tip for everyone. If there's a time you're not using your HDMI cables, make sure you save the cap for them. By putting the cap on, it keeps debris out of the plug. Then when you need to use the cable again,
Yep.
You'll have less issues with it.
Well, first time tonight I've heard Ed during the stream. Oh, I told Crystal last night I had a couple of little visitors out here in the garage. Had a couple of possums coming in. When I say little, I mean they were like that long, body-wise. One was almost all white, and the other one was grayish in color.
Did you have to chase them out?
No, because by the time I saw them, they were crawling underneath everything over here. And where they wound up going to, I had no idea. Because as soon as I saw them, they were hightailing it.
Yeah.
Hey, Arch, how you doing?
Hi, Arch.
Yeah, well, Arch, got about 5 more minutes before I'm going to be shutting this down anyways. But, oh, and Arch, I was demonstrating my, the hot wire cutter. Thing works good, too. And $20 is all it cost me to, everything I had to buy for it was $20 because everything else I already had. I mean, I fire it up. I mean, all right, never bored. Take it easy. Appreciate you coming in. I never, but I mean, got my wire already hooked up to it, and it's just the power supply and the wires. The only two things I had to buy. And that switch is going bad. That's going to probably take a little bit to heat up. But the way I've got it set up, designed, is I can take the wire, something to say the wire breaks or I need to change it, no big deal. And I can, got a way of tensioning it. There we go. Okay. Gonna take a little bit for it to heat up.
And Arch, I just had to re-subscribe to you. I wasn't getting your notifications, and so I went to your channel and had to resubscribe.
I'm a little switch. I think my switch might be going bad. Yep. As you can tell, it cuts right on through. Makes big pieces into smaller pieces. Just like that. Now, one thing I am thinking about is getting a bigger power supply going. It's only like a 5-watt or 5 amp. I looked at another one today, and I'm not going to get it just yet, but it's 10 amps.
Yeah, same thing with me, Arch. My notifications rarely work. If I get them, it's like hours after.
Yeah. No, I wasn't making that because every time I've gotten something from Amazon, like this big I got this big piece of styrofoam right here. Then I've got this other one up here. And of course, I've got some more. You got to cut it up and everything. So you're using a regular knife, cut it up, you get those little pieces and everything that fly off, and they become statically, and they go everywhere. It's a big pain in the what to get those, be able to dispose of them. This right here, as you can see, cuts right on through. It makes big pieces into small. Like this right here. Got this big, you got to put something like this in the trash. Yeah, that switch is definitely wanting to be bad. We got more of them. And this is just a switch, old 12-volt, flip switch I pulled out of an RV years ago. Yeah, there it goes. Like I said, as you can tell, it don't take much. Once that wire, and the thing about with this wire, it's the same material that's used in toaster ovens. So say you got a toaster, to build, toast your bread and everything.
Yeah.
You put it in, and you see it get that, that glowing red hot. It's the same material. Not the same size or anything, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not, Robert. Tomorrow night I will.
But like I said, you can see how quick and easy it goes through it. And I'm not making that, a big mess out of it either. I mean, definitely have it tuned.
Leon, do you always gotta check out everything?
Yes, I'm having fun doing this, okay? And this is the only reason I made it, because like I said, trying to get rid of some of the styrofoam, throw it away, yeah, gonna make a big mess. Now I can do something, be out here and just do this with it, and I can make it into smaller pieces. And not that hard to make. I saw one guy, he actually did one, and yeah, well, you use it. Yeah, you could use it to cut plastic. Hey, Bill, you take it easy. Like I said, I'm fixing to shut it down anyways. But yeah, Arch, I mean, it can be used to cut plastic or just about anything like that. But all you're doing is you're taking it's a um, 110. It's an adapter. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, I know all about that. But you're just taking it. It's a 110 to 110 AC to 12 volt DC adapter, and I mean what I'm using there, it was I think $12 off Amazon, and it's putting out like 5 amps. And what I saw tonight on Amazon is something more. Um, let's see. Yeah, the nichrome wire. What was that power supply I was looking at? That wasn't it. There it is. So what I was actually looking at was that right there, and get it for less than $15. Yeah, and what the wire itself was not expensive off Amazon. I mean, because what I paid for my little power supply and for the wire was less than $20. Like I said, everything else I already had. But that right there, it goes up to 10 amps. So that means it's going to make, make the wire hot is all. But I'm not going to get it just yet. I got to wait. Wait till after get back to work and everything. All right, I got to get this all shut down. That way I can get in. See if Crystal needs any help. I know I got to check on my mom's clothes. Yeah. And ours, like I said, I mean, you can make one like this. I mean, I know they've got it in, thicker than what I've got because I got the 28 gauge. Let's see. We got 20. But I got it a lot thicker also, or thinner. Like I said, because, yeah, I mean, like, if, like what you're wanting to do, I would go this route. And it's not that expensive either off Amazon. They got some 12 gauge. And it's only 3 feet of it, but you got all, different assortment, there's your choices. $7. So, I mean, what I've got is like a 0.3 millimeter. Yeah. I was thinking about doing that also. But I already had this base and everything. That was actually the base for the diesel heater. And wound up going a different route and everything. I had it. Hey, it'll work. Wouldn't be all that hard for me to adapt it. That's exactly what I did. But I mean, yeah, you can get 18 gauge, and it's $8 for 18 gauge and 16, almost 16 and a half feet. Yeah. But like, yeah, it's definitely not. This is definitely not that hard to make. If you got power supplies, then yeah, you're good to go. But anyways, like I said, I gotta get in there, help Crystal. We got trash and everything to try and get done tonight. We gotta check on my mom's clothes, and then try and get to sleep. So, all right, you got any last words before I shut it down?
Yeah, I hope everyone has a good night, and everyone's been asking. Yep. Tomorrow night I'll go live because it's my usual night.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody that's been here in the chat and everything. Appreciate Arnie for coming up. I had Crystal in here for a while, but hopefully I'm able to show you this kind of stuff. I mean, I like doing stuff like that. I mean, it's something simple, easy to make. It does a purpose. Of course, I know I should have been, videotaping, putting it all together, but some of the stuff that I build and everything is like, I have no idea how long it's going to take or what all it's going to involve. That's one main reason, because, I mean, something I think is going to take about 20 minutes could turn into 20 hours. So, but anyways, like I said, I appreciate everybody's come in here. Like I say, y'all stay safe. God bless, and catch Ernie tomorrow, and I'll be back Wednesday. So, good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.